Namaskar. Today we are talking about a case that has deeply hurt the sentiments of lakhs of devotees, the Sabrimala gold theft case. And now this case has taken a new turn as popular Malayalam actor Jairam appeared before the Enforcement Directorate or ED in Kochi for questioning. Let us understand everything step by step. Why was Jairam called by ED? On February 17, 2026, Jairam reached the ED's Kochi zonal office around 11 a.m. He was summoned because of his reported association and alleged financial dealings with Unnikrishnan Poti, who is the main accused in the Sabrimala gold theft case. Before entering the office, Jairam spoke to the media. His words were emotional and direct. He said, "Let the truth come out." He also added that if anyone has done wrong, Lord Ayyappa will not spare them. He made it clear that as a devotee and as a Malayali, he feels it is his duty to cooperate with the investigation. Now, what is the Sabrimala gold theft case? The case is connected to the famous Sabrimala temple, one of the most sacred temples for devotees of Lord Ayyappa. The allegations are serious. Around 4.54 kilograms of gold is suspected to have been misappropriated from temple artifacts. These include the Sri Kovil, Sanctum Sanctorium door frames, Dwarapalaka idols, other sacred structures. The alleged theft happened in 2019. At that time, gold from temple structures was reportedly removed for refinishing and re-gold plating. But later questions were raised about whether all the gold was properly used or returned. Where did this gold come from? The controversy also connects back to 1998. Businessman Vijay Mallya had donated 30.3 kilograms of gold and 1900 kilograms of copper for gold plating and cladding works at Sabrimala. However, later inspections and court-monitored inquiries found discrepancies. There appeared to be differences between the amount of gold donated and the amount actually used. This is where the investigation intensified. According to reports, Unnikrishnan Poti alleged made financial gains by removing sacred door frames and doors from temple during renovation. It is also alleged that he convinced some people that keeping such sacred objects from Sabrimala in their homes would bring prosperities. Video surfaced showing Jairam participating in a puja organized in Chennai in 2019, where artifacts taken from the temple for gold plating were present. This raised suspicion. Jairam was consistently denied any wrongdoing. He said he was invited to the puja in his capacity as a devotee. He clarified that for more than 40 years he has been attending temple rituals, including ceremonies like Ana Nadeliritha in many temples inside and outside Kerala. He said he had no connection with the company that handled the replating work and he was unaware of any illegal activities. Before entering the ED office, he told the media, if any scam has happened in Sabrimala, every Malayali has a responsibility to bring it to light. He is also ready to share whatever information he has. If others are guilty, they should be caught. Otherwise, Lord Ayyappa will not spare them. He also said he has been a devotee for over 50 years and wants the truth to come out clearly. Now, what is ED investigating? The Enforcement Directorate registered an ECIR enforcement case information report under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, also known as the PMLA. The ED is mainly investigating whether there were financial transactions between Jairam and Unnikrishnan Poti, whether any money trial connects to the alleged misappropriation, the timeline of private pujas, possible sponsorship or hidden financial agreements. The ED is cross-checking Jairam's statement with documents and testimonies of other accused persons. So far, the agency has issued a summons to 12 individuals. Interestingly, only 3 of them are named in the SIT's charge sheet. The case is also being probed by a special investigation team appointed by the Kerala High Court. The SIT had earlier questioned Jairam at his Chennai residence about how many times he attended pujas with Poti, whether there were any financial transactions. Recently, the SIT visited Sabrimala to collect new samples for scientific analysis. This was done after the Kerala High Court allowed them to gather fresh evidence. This shows that the case is under close judicial supervision. The ED has also questioned former Travancore Devasam Board Secretary S. Jayashree, former Sabrimala administrative officers S. Srikumar and Murari Babu. Meanwhile, former Devasam Board President N. Vasu was granted statutory bail after spending 90 days in custody because the charge sheet had not yet been filed. Another important development is the questioning of a jewellery shop worker from Chennai named Kalpesh. He is suspected to be a key intermediary in the alleged illegal gold transfer. According to reports, he helped transfer gold from a Chennai-based firm called Smart Creations to a jewellery shop in Ballari, Karnataka. If proven, this could strengthen the money laundering angle of the case. Now, what does this mean? For devotees, Sabrimala is not just a temple, it is an emotion. So allegations of gold theft from sacred artifacts deeply hurt religious sentiments. At the same time, the law must take its course. Right now, Jairam says he is innocent and only attended pujas as a devotee. The ED says it is investigating financial trials. The SIT is collecting scientific evidence. The Kerala High Court is monitoring progress. The key question remains: was there misappropriation of temple gold? And if yes, who is responsible? This case is no longer just about missing gold, it is about faith, trust, and accountability. When public figures are involved, scrutiny becomes stronger. But investigation does not mean guilt. As Jairam himself said, let the truth come out. And in matters involving sacred institutions like Sabrimala, transparency is essential. The investigation is still ongoing. More questioning and more evidence may emerge in the coming days. We will continue to track every development in this sensitive and important case. Thank you for watching KTV India.